Hello, super cool kids. You guys are just so awesome. And do you know how much I'm going to miss you next year? Oh my goodness, I can't even tell you. Today, boys and girls for math, we are doing lessons 7-3 and 7-4. The ideas were similar, so I decided to put them together in one video. But for Think Central, today you'll be doing 7-3 and tomorrow you'll be doing 7-4. But I just combined the lessons into the video. This lesson gets into length word problems. I'm gonna bring this a little closer. Length word problems, and we're going to be practicing word problems that have 2, 3, and 4 lengths at a time. Before we get into that, I wanted to review our different units that we learned about when we were learning about measurement and length. If you recall, I taught you that standard measurements include an inch, a foot, a yard, and we could go on. There are more. But remember, the inch is about this big. Do you remember how many inches are in a foot? Hope you said 12. And then a yard would be 3 of these lengths, 3 feet. And we call these standard units of measure. We also have what's called the metric unit. And in the metric side of measurement, we measure with centimeters, decimeters, meters, kilometers, and we could go on also. Remember that a centimeter is very small, and sometimes we use the abbreviation cm. And then we learned that there are 100 centimeters in a meter. Remember the meter stick that we would get out and use? Okay, one more thing before we begin is that when you are doing length word problems, always write the unit. So they call it the unit instead of the label. So the unit instead of the label. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at this first one. So this first one says a ribbon is 48 inches long. Taylor uses 32 of the ribbon, inches of the ribbon to make a bow. How much ribbon is left? Okay, I've recommended to you guys lots and lots of times that when you see a word problem, a lot of times a picture helps you understand it better. So I drew a ribbon that I said was 48 inches long, and I'm showing that Taylor is using 32 inches of the ribbon, which means she would cut it here. And they want to know how much is left. So to me, that is a subtraction problem. So we would say 48 minus 32 inches. 8 take away 2 is 6. 4 take away 3 is 1. And our answer is 16 inches. So when it says how many blank units, we're talking about inches, and there were 16 of them. Okay, let's do some more practicing. Whoops, I accidentally brought down this chart as well. Got 4 of them up here, so I'm going to try to keep them in order. Okay, so this one says Mr. Parker cut 9 feet from the end of a pole. The pole is now 22 feet long. How long was the pole before it was cut? Okay, so once again, a picture is always helpful. This is the pole right here. I don't know how long it is before it was cut. That's my unknown. But it says that he cut 9 feet and it's now 22 feet. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I see a math mountain in there. And I know that I can add 9 feet and 22 feet and I will get the length of the pole. So I'm going to add them here. 2 plus 9 is 11. 1 plus 2 is 3. So my answer is 31 feet. And once again, there's the unit that they're asking for, not the label, but the unit. Okay, meaning feet or inches or yards. Okay, let's look at another one. Joe walks 41 meters. Now, are you noticing that we're using different units of measure, but within the same problem, we're using the same units. So this was feet and feet. Meters, meters. We already talked about inches and inches. So Joe walks 41 meters. Ken walks 15 meters less than Joe. How far does Ken walk? Well, when you guys see the word less, what kind of a drawing should that be to help you figure it out? Pardon me. That says comparison bars, right? Joe walks 41 meters. That's the most. Ken walks less. So Ken's number is going to be smaller. He walks 15 meters less than Joe. So that means that we're going to subtract 41 meters, take away 15 meters. My bottom number is bigger. My 4 becomes a 3. My 1 becomes 11. 11 take away 5 is 6. 3 take away 1 is 2. And my answer is 26 meters. Okay, in the problems that come next, they're going to be asking you, what is the distance around an object? And I want you to think back because we had a special name for what we call the distance around an object. Anybody remember what it is? Ooh, I see a lot of hands out there. Let's see. You know it starts with a P. And let's say it all together. The distance around an object is called the perimeter. I know that's what you were going to say. Perimeter. Okay, they're not going to ask you what the perimeter is, but I knew that you guys could learn that word back when we did, and now we're going to use it again, although the math book doesn't introduce it until 3rd grade. Okay, for the next problems, they started getting longer, and I thought it would take me forever to write those, so I'm going to read them and figure it out with you. It says, here is the route a customer takes while shopping in a store. How far does the customer walk altogether? So the customer starts at the door, walks to the fruit stand, walks to the meat department, walks to the toilet paper department because, you know, every time we go to the grocery store, we've got to get some toilet paper. We don't want to run out. And then pays for the things and walks back to the door. So we want to figure out what that distance around the store is. So what we're going to do is we're going to add them. I'm going to add 35 feet plus 35 feet. And I'm going to add 24 feet plus 38 feet. All right, 35 plus 35, that will give me 70 feet. 24 plus 38, that will give me 62 feet. But now I've got to put these numbers together. So I've got 70, I'm going to bring 62 over, and I'm going to add 62, and my final answer will be 132 feet. So I'm going to put that here. The customer walked 132 feet. Now, when you are adding these numbers, boys and girls, it doesn't matter what order you add them in. You could add 35 and 24, get an answer. Add that answer to 38, get an answer. Add that answer to 35, get an answer. But you've got to do a couple sections at a time. Okay, let's look down at this one. This problem says the basketball court has sides that are 42 feet, 37 feet, 42 feet, and 37 feet. And it has 4 right angles. Ooh, boys and girls, I hope you are thinking in your head. You know what that shape is called? A rectangle, where we know that the opposite sides are equal. So I'm going to take a little shortcut when I add this. And it does ask what's the distance around the court. So I'm going to add 42 plus 37, and I get 79 feet. Now I know that if this is 79 feet, then this is 79 feet. Because they are the same numbers. So all I have to do now is add 79 plus 79. Of course, I'm talking about feet. So we've got 9 plus 9 is 18. 7 plus 7 is 14. And one more is 15. So I know that all around the basketball court, it is 158 feet. And that's my unit. Okay, they're going to want you to use your knowledge that we've learned throughout the year in some of these problems. In this one, it says, a playground game is outlined in chalk. Each of the 4 sides is 48 inches long. And there are 4 right angles. So if this is 48 inches, it said each of the sides, 48 inches, 48 inches, and 48 inches. Oops, there we go. So I know you're thinking in your head, that is a square. And we know that one thing about squares is that every side is equal. So I'm going to add 48 and 48, and I'm going to come up with 96 inches. Okay, that's for 2 of the sides. I still need to include the other 2 sides, which I know are 96 inches. So I'm going to say 96 plus 96 is going to equal 192. Oh, I'm coming to the bottom of my easel here. So my answer is going to be 192 inches. All right, friends, let's do just a couple more problems. We are almost done. Okay, it says here, a picture hanging in the library has sides that are 39 inches, 28 inches, and 39 inches. Wait, 39, 39, 28, and 28. What is the distance around the picture frame? I'm going to draw it. 39 and 39 and 28 and 28. Inches, inches. What is the distance around the picture? So what you would do is you would add 2 sides, add 2 more sides, and add those numbers together. Okay, I just wanted to outline a couple more because we're running out of time. It says the 2nd grade makes an art project. The length of the sides of the paper are 18 inches, 24 inches, and 19 inches. 3 measurements, 3 sides. That tells me a triangle. 18 inches. Now, I'm not really going to draw the correct measurements, you guys. I'm just going to draw the shape. So 18, 24 inches, and 19 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and add those numbers. 18 plus 24. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and add them all together and see what I come up with. 18 plus 24 plus 19. Okay, I know that 8 and 9 equals 17. 17 plus 4 is 21. So I'm going to put the 1 down and regroup the 10s. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my answer would be 61 inches. I don't suggest really, you guys, that you try to add all 3 numbers at one time. It worked out for me here, but you probably want to add 2, get an answer, and then add 1 more. All right, you guys, we're going to do 1 more. It says the cafeteria is a square room. Each side measures 47 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and add 47 plus 47. I get the answer of 94. So I know that 2 sides are 94 feet. And since it's a square, the other 2 sides are going to be 94 feet. So I'm going to now add 94 feet and 94 feet. And oops, sorry about that. And I am coming up with 4 plus 4 is 8, 9 plus 9 is 18. And my answer would be the distance around the cafeteria is 188 feet. Okay, friends, you are now going to go to lesson 7-3 in Think Central and go ahead and do those word problems for today. And then tomorrow for math, there won't be a video because we covered all of it today, but you'll be doing more of the perimeters on tomorrow, Think Central, lesson 7-4. You guys got this. All right, have a great afternoon. I'll talk to you later. Bye now.